I am a third year undergraduate student in the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering enrolled in its dual degree course. I am from Karimnagar. I am a holder of Nehru Hall of Presidents. I am contesting for the post of Vice President, Technology Students Gymkhana, Indian Institute of Technology Kharagpur for the academic session 2015-2016.
Ketan, you said that you are a holder of Nehru Hall of Residence. Can you show me your identity card? It shows that you are a holder of LBS Hall of Residence. Please show me the ID card. I want to see the ID card.
Sir, you have rightly mentioned that in my ID card, the Hall of Residence that I have mentioned is Lal Bahadur Shastri Hall of Residence. But my current Hall of Residence has already been updated in the ERP, which is being used for all the official purposes.
Thank you. I have
Which is, in my opinion, a redundant effort.
Ketan, before your SOP, you usually mention your introduction. Ketan, before your SOP, you usually mention your introduction, which is true to your identity. Since your identity card and your introduction do not match, I feel you were lazy enough at the end of your first year to change your ID card.
Sir, I believe that the purpose of the identity card is to identify that I am a student of the institute and not a student of any particular hall.
Ketan, you arrived. Ketan, I have a question for you. You arrived at least 13 minutes late to the statement of purpose, and this speaks volumes about your punctuality. Is this how you're going to work if elected as the Vice President Technology Students Gymkhana?
As a student of IIT Kharagpur, I believe that I have to stay updated on the current events that are going on within the campus. I observed that there was some delay with respect to the setting up of mics and with respect to the setting up of the logistics within this basketball court right now, and hence,
I have a simple follow-up. You rightly said you must be updated. Let me know with which official source were you updated that the event is running late. With which official source were you updated?
Sir, I never mentioned that the event was running late. I was outside the basketball court. The moment I saw that everything was ready, I came here.
You were 30 minutes.
That's a question on the introduction. Ketan, just for the record, on the question of your hall of residence, do you think anyone in IIT Kharagpur doubts that you're holder of Nehru Hall of Residence?
No, sir. No one in IIT Kharagpur doubts that I'm a resident of Nehru Hall of Residence.
Ketan, why have you mentioned your hometown in the introduction?
Sir, I believe that I have been staying in my hometown for the past 20 years, and that has had a very positive impact on my outlook towards life.
Ketan, please go ahead with the statement of purpose.
The Vice President acts as a link between the student community and the administration, serving and representing the student community in the administrative realms and echoing their voices in the same. My candidature for this post rests primarily on my involvement in the various activities that the institute has to offer. In my first year, I was an actor in Technology Dramatic Society on Core. As a part of this society, I took part in 5 productions, including a freshers production, Nukkad, a straight play, and Rangmanch, a stage play at Springfest. I was also a part of this society's 2 outstation productions at Alkaringa IIT Guwahati, where my contingent was awarded silver for both of the productions. I was also a junior reporter in the Scholars Avenue, the English campus newspaper of IIT Kharagpur. In my second year, I continued being an active part of both the Scholars Avenue as a reporter, as well as taking up directorial and managerial responsibilities in Technology Dramatic Society on Core. I took part in this society's outstation production at Unmad IIM Bangalore, where again my team bagged a silver. During my second year, apart from my involvement in societies, I took part in a plethora of extracurricular activities spanning across the various general championships. I was a part of the gold-winning inter-hall choreography team and gold-winning inter-hall ad design team of Nehru Hall of Residence. I was also a part of the silver-winning inter-hall Bengali dramatics, silver-winning inter-hall Rangoli, bronze winning inter-hall English dramatics, and the inter-hall case study team of Nehru Hall of Residence. Based on my performance, in my third year, I was appointed as the Governor of Technology Dramatic Society Encore. As a governor, I was responsible for grooming freshmen into actors, as well as managing and organizing all the societal endeavors. I headed this year's outstation production at Carpedium IIM Calcutta, where my team bagged a silver based on its performance. I was also appointed as an assistant editor of the Scholars Avenue. My active involvement continued in Nehru Hall of Dramatics, Nehru Hall of Residence, in my capacity as captain of the dramatics team and captain of the elocution team, where I led the batch to win double gold in open IIT Hindi elocution and gold in English elocution. In the winter vacations of my third year, I bagged an internship opportunity at Greeted Energy, which is an energy consultancy startup based in Pune. Owing to my participation in a broad spectrum of activities, I have developed efficient time management skills, leadership qualities, organizational and managerial abilities, and a deep understanding of team dynamics. Thus, I believe I have the attributes, the zeal, and the confidence to serve the student community, and hence stands my candidature for the post of Vice President, Technology Students Gymkhana.
Ketan, I have a question for you. Keep aside your SOP. Keep aside your SOP. I want to know firstly how many
academic performance in IIT Kharagpur. There are two parts of my question. First, can you elaborate on your curricular activities? Second, are there anything which you would mention about your academic performance in IIT Kharagpur?
Yes, sir. Before I continue with my answers, there is one thing that I would like to make absolutely clear to the general audience present here today in the statement of purpose. I have 3 backlogs in my academic record. There are various reasons for this. I have a backlog in my laboratory course because I couldn't attend the end semester examinations because I had to leave for my home because of personal family reasons. Secondly, I had a backlog in NCC in my second year. And this, I believe, was a grave mistake on my part as I didn't understand the gravity of the situation. And there is a message. There is a message. I want to use this opportunity. I want to use the opportunity that the statement of purpose has given me here today to convey a message to the general audience present here today in the statement of purpose.
Ketan, I totally
So please let me finish my answer.
Sure.
Experience is something that is gained not only by one's own mistakes but also learning from other people's mistakes. Hence, I urge every person present here today to give academics the top priority.
I have a follow-up question. Ketan, you mentioned that you understood the gravity. Can you just give an example of how you've improved after understanding how important academics were to you?
So, in my third year, apart from being a part of all the activities that I was involved in my second year, I took the additional responsibilities of being the Governor of Technology Dramatic Society Encore, Assistant Editor of the Scholars Avenue, and Captain of 2 inter-hall events. And on top of this, I managed to clear one of the backlogs that I had engaged in my second year.
Ketan, since you now realize that academics is a very integral part of a student's life in IIT Kharagpur, why don't you take a break from all activities, focus on your academics, and let someone else set a good example as a Vice President, Technology Students Gymkhana?
Ma'am, I realize that I have messed up at my academics in my 4th semester, but there's been a consecutive improvement in my 5th semester. Hence, I believe I'll be able to discharge the responsibilities of a Vice President and handle all the other activities that I was a part of as the Vice President candidate for the Technology Students Gymkhana.
Ketan, I have a follow-up on this. Ketan, my question is very simple. Ketan, since you have so many backlogs and so many academic setbacks, can you tell me how do the first year students look up to you as a role model for themselves?
We won't be having any more follow-up
questions on this topic. This is the last question.
Sir, firstly, as I clearly mentioned, I have 2 backlogs in my NCC and 1 backlog in my laboratory course, for which I have already given a valid reason. That is not so many backlogs that you have mentioned. Moreover, I've already used this opportunity that the statement of purpose has granted me to give a message to all the audience present here today in the SOAPBOX. That is to learn from other people's mistakes and never repeat them in your life.
Ketan, I have a question for you. You have very conveniently mentioned your department name.
Ketan, can you throw some light on your curricular activities?
So, currently I am doing a project under Professor Gagan Goyal Roy, who is the head of the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering.
Ketan, do you have any summer internship?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The company which I interned in my winter vacations, Greater Energy, has given me a standing internship offer for my summer vacation.
Excellent.
Ketan, I just want to know how good you know about the institute. So just answer 3 questions one at a time. What is institution development program? What is the need for that program? And what are its components? Should I repeat the question?
So, the institutional development program is something that is being currently headed by Mr. Chinna Babu Budipalli of Awaaz Hall of Residence.
Sorry, wrong answer. Nimish,
Sir.
let the candidate complete his answer.
Before you comment on my answer, it is mentioned on the website of the Students Alumni Cell of which you are a part. Secondly, the institutional development program, as is evident by its name, is for the development of the institute. As far as the 3 components of it are concerned, currently I am not aware of the same, but if elected as the Vice President, I would definitely be consulting with the Students Alumni Cell to make sure that I am updated on the events and the information.
One follow-up question, Rishi. One follow-up question. So I'll just correct you. Mr. Chinna Babu Budipalli was an alumnus of Awaaz Hall of Residence. That's why he corrected you. Secondly, one more question was there. What is the need of the IDP, Institution Development Program? I don't mind if you do not remember the components, but you should at least know what is the need for the IDP program, since you're contesting for the post of Vice President of Technology Students Gymkhana.
So, like I've already given an answer, the IDP is being used for the development of the institute.
Ketan? Proposal that the Student Placement Committee should be replaced by a professional body. So what's your take on this?
Sir, I do not believe that the Student Placement Committee should be replaced and outsourced to a professional organization, and I have various reasons for the same which I would like to elaborate on. Number 1, the Students Placement Committee is being run by the students of IIT Kharagpur, who I believe can represent and serve the students of the best interests of the students during placements. Secondly, the Student Placement Committee of IIT Kharagpur would very well be able to connect with the various alumni present in these companies and hence bring in the maximum number of companies, thus optimizing the placements for the students of IIT Kharagpur.
Okay. Follow-up question. Ketan, your statement of purpose in regards to the placement activities, your statement of purpose does not mention any calling experience. Can you elaborate how will you be an effective ex officio member of the Student Placement Committee?
So,
That was not a follow-up.
Sir, while I accept the fact that I do not have any prior calling experience, I believe there are 3 things that are needed to be an effective caller. One is, we need excellent communication skills, which I believe I've already proven by being the Governor of Technology Dramatic Society Encore, Assistant Director of this College Avenue, and the Captain of the Inter-All English Dramatics. Secondly, I would be able to utilize the contacts and the alumni and my network in both the Technology Dramatic Society Encore, the Scholars Avenue, as well as my Hall of Residence. Thirdly, I believe we currently have placement committee members who do not belong to any student organizations which have had a previous calling experience.
Okay,
As a part of Scholars Avenue, you are supposed to do corporate calling so that you are able to print the version of Scholars Avenue. But this year, no printed version of Scholars Avenue is distributed. Is it a failure?
Sir, as you might have noticed, over the past year, the Scholars Avenue has been shifting its activities from the hard printed versions to the Facebook page and to the website of the Scholars Avenue. This is, ma'am, please let me finish my answer. This is because we at the Scholars Avenue believe that a better outreach can be, the students can better be outreached by the websites and by online media.
Okay, I have a
Okay.
follow-up for better outreach from Scholars Avenue website. You posted on November 16, then January 27, and now in the month of March. So for better outreach, you keep on posting after 2 months.
Sir, I believe that during this time we've also released the Internpedia. Moreover, during this time we've also released several video interviews. Thus, I believe we are functioning very well as a society and reaching out to the students of IIT Kharagpur.
Ketan,
Okay, Ketan, here's my question to you. You have very conveniently mentioned your department name in your introduction, but are you aware that Metallurgy department had its fest recently, and all students, irrespective of whether or not they are a part of the core organizing team, give a helping hand during the fest, but you were nowhere around there. Can you justify your action?
Ma'am, during the 14th and 15th of March, when Composite was held, I was busy as the captain of the Inter-Hall English Elocution team in prepping up my students for the same. And let me remind you that as the captain of the Inter-Hall English Elocution team, I led the batch to win gold in Inter-Hall.
If elected as the vice president, you might have to multitask. You might have to handle multiple things at a time. So if you're busy with something else, will you ignore your other responsibilities?
Ma'am, as the captain of the elocution team, it was my prime responsibility to first make sure that my event was conducted successfully and then satisfy my personal passions of helping and participating in Composite.
Okay, Ketan, I have another follow-up on this.
Very small follow question. Does the Department of Metallurgical and Material Engineering in its curriculum anywhere mention that you as a third year student have to be a part of Composite or lend any helping hand during any of the events?
No sir, nowhere has it mentioned in my curriculum in the Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering.
Ketan, I just want a question. I want to know about CTC. Just a question. I'm sure you must be aware.
Ketan, are you aware of the full
Get
form
over
of
of that
Composite?
question. Can you get over of that question? Let's move on to the next topic. Ketan, I'm sure you must be aware that one of the major problems that CTC is facing is that students apply for the companies but they do not turn up for the interviews. Because of which CTC faces a sorry figure in front of the companies, and then those companies do not come to the campus, and in general students suffer. So since the vice president is the ex officio member of the placement committee, and so if you're elected, what will you do about this problem to bring in discipline among the total students of IIT Kharagpur?
Sir, the current placement committee team has done a wonderful job in introducing the defaulter rule.
Okay, Ketan, I mean, just a follow-up question. I am sure that current placement team has worked very well, but still the problem exists. I'm just asking your opinion. If you're elected for the post of vice president, what will you do? Not the current placement team. What will you do?
Sir, the defaulter rule clearly states.
Ketan, you have proposal for this?
Yes sir, I do have a proposal regarding the same. Sir, moreover, the defaulter rule clearly states that any person who wouldn't be attending all the processes regarding to the placement of a company would be penalized. And if elected as the vice president of the Technology Students Gymkhana, I would make sure that I spread such awareness amongst the students so that they are not penalized for an event which they might not have been able to attend.
Ketan, you recently organized a CV building workshop on a very short one-day notice, due to which a meager 100 students turned up for the event, and that too in LBS common room, not any other venue such as TOT or Vikram Shelar classroom. So would you like to justify your logistics and your approach towards the entire thing?
So, the CV building workshop that I had conducted was primarily targeted for the first years and second years, as is evident by the poster that I have mentioned. Hence, I believe that by conducting it in Lal Bahadur Shastri Hall of Residence, I provided an easy avenue for the first years of Lal Bahadur Shastri Hall of Residence.
Why were you focusing mainly on the male population? What about the first year female undergraduate.
The response was brilliant, and all the students who attended the workshop were pleased that they actually got to learn something.
I have a follow-up of this. Ketan, what about the female undergraduate students? Why did you change the venue in order to?
And what about the
Get them
PG and
to
RS
sessions?
students? What about the female and PG and RS students?
No further follow-ups.
Acha, Ketan,
Would you do something if you are elected as Vice President to solve this problem?
Sir, I have a proposal regarding the same, and I would be discussing it in my proposal
Ketan,
section. As far as, sir, please let me answer her question. Ma'am, I am deeply regretful of the fact that female undergraduate students couldn't attend the workshop, but the PPT for the workshop will be released very soon.
Acha, Ketan,
How did you conduct the CV making workshop?
Hold on.
I have a question. Can you put some light what is happening with the students who are suffering from the chickenpox and measles in IIT Kharagpur?
Sir, the BCRO hospital is currently severely short-bedded, and most of the students who are suffering from chickenpox and measles are being quarantined in B.R. Ambedkar Hall of Residence, and that I believe is a very serious situation. If elected as the Vice President, I would make sure that these particular students are referred to those hospitals with which we have a memorandum of understanding.
I want to understand, how did you conduct the CV making how did you conduct the CV making workshop in the LBS Hall of Residence since your own CV is so much disoriented?
And did you have taken the prior permission of the board and I have
making any such comment?
Ketan, do you have taken the permission of warden of LBS Hall of Residence before doing this workshop?
Yes, sir, I have.
Can you show me now?
Sir,
Please show me now.
Sir,
I know you don't
please
have any
let me finish my answer.
I know you don't have any permission.
Sir, you can't make a comment without knowing the proof. The proof lies with the Hall President of Lal Bahadur Shastri
Okay, show us
submitting
now.
to it to you
Okay, show
after
us
the
now,
statement of
please.
purpose is over.
Let's see. Can you show it after the SOP? Can you show it after the SOP?
Sir, that's what I've been trying to say, but he's been continuously interrupting me in my answer.
I just have a point of inquiry. Last semester, in the autumn semester, my fee receipt showed that I have student brotherhood fund, which was not deducted this year. Can you elaborate on that?
Sir, I've spoken to the current Vice President and he has given me this particular information. As for the reasons of the same, I'm not really aware of them, but if elected as the Vice President, I would definitely be consulting with the current Vice President to find out the reasons for the same.
Okay, Ketan, my question is very simple. It's a very simple question. You yourself mentioned that you don't have any calling experience. We proved that you don't have any multitasking experience. You yourself managed, you don't have any event management experience. Can you please elaborate how do you responsibly will conduct the duties of Vice President?
I think you answered the question for calling experience. You can repeat it again.
Sir, I've given elaborate details as to how I would be catching up on the calling experience. As far as multitasking is concerned, in the January month of this year, there were 3 events which are running on simultaneously. 2 productions at Springfest, Nukkad and Rangmanch, and Hindi Dramatics in Nehru Hall of Residence. Sir, let me finish my answer. The Nukkad and as the governor and captain, I simultaneously managed these 3 productions, and the Nukkad went on to win a silver medal at Carpedium IIM Calcutta. Thus, I believe this proves my multitasking experience.
I have a data that says that you were managing all the 3 events. That's okay. In Springfest last year, your Nukkad qualified to the prelims. In this year's Springfest, they did not even qualify for the prelims. Okay. Let me complete. In the school IIM Calcutta stage play competition, you registered the application, but you did not participate because of your mismanagement. In the IIM Bangalore stage play competition, last year you got the silver. This year you was made the governor and you did not even participate. In the IIM Bangalore Nukkad, last year you went there, you did not get anything. This year you again did not participate. Please tell me, how did you multitask?
Sir, I would like to go through your points one by one. Firstly, we won the silver in the Nukkad competition at IIM Calcutta, of which only the first years of Encore are a part, hence I did not participate in the same. As far as putting up a play at Carpedium IIM Calcutta is concerned, to compensate for that, we'll be having 2 annual productions, not 1, but 2 annual productions this year on the 31st of this month, for which you are cordially invited.
Constitution of Gymkhana. So just answer a very simple question quickly. What are the 2 cash books maintained by Gymkhana and what are its use? Quickly.
Sir, the main cash book and the petty cash book.
What are the uses?
The petty cash book is used to handle the interest fund, and the main cash book is used to handle the account of the technology student Gymkhana.
I want to know how is mesh tenders given. Secondly, you must be knowing that you are a part of CLC, so I want to know what are its functions and who is the professor in charge of that.
Sir, the professor in charge of the Commercial Establishment and Licensing Committee is Professor Sushant Banerjee of Material Science Center. Secondly, there are two types of bids which are followed when giving out tenders: the technical bid and the commercial bid. And could you please repeat the third part of your question?
Please tell us the function of CLC in the campus, as well as can you please explain what are the technical bids and what are the financial bids?
Sir, the role of the CELC is to keep a check on all the eateries within the campus which do not lie within the halls of residences. That is
Only
excluding the, so please let me finish my answer. Excluding the messes of halls of residences, the eateries, the various grocery stores, and all the shops in the tech market. And as far as like what was the fourth part of your question? You seem to be adding questions again and again.
Can you tell a few changes?
Do you want to take the fourth part of the question, or do you want to proceed to the next question? The fourth part.
You haven't answered about the financial bids and the technical bids.
So it's technical bids and commercial bids, not financial bids. Sir, I've spoken to the current Vice President of the Technology Students Gymkhana, and it is written in my diary that it is commercial bids. Secondly, sir, let me finish my answer. The technical bid is the first part of the tendering process, wherein the experience and the job and the quality of the job of the contractor is checked, and in the commercial bid, the bid is awarded to the lowest price contractor.
Ketan, since you met the Vice President, since you met the Vice President, and I believe that Vice President must have told you to meet all the ex-placement committee members before coming to the SOAPBOX. Can you tell me how many ex-placecoms have you met?
Sir, I've met sufficient number of ex-placecoms to get a decent idea regarding the CDC.
Ketan, I have a follow-up on this. You have not met more than half of the ex-placecoms. How can you say that you have met sufficient? Do you decide the sufficiency here?
Nowhere in the constitution of the Technology Students Gymkhana has it been mentioned that to be eligible to contest for the post of the Vice President, I would have to meet each and every person within the campus of this institute. Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, then tell me the changes in career development center and training and placement cell. The differences, main.
Sir, the first change is in the structural change. That is, in the training and placement center, there was only one professor in charge. But right now, we have a chairman and 3 vice chairmen who look after the 3 verticals of the career development center. Namely, career development, placements and internships, and corporate relations. Moreover, there are many changes which have been incorporated into the ERP this year as a part of the career development center. And the career development center is not just focused on placements and internships, but on developing the career of the student and giving him a life path from the first year itself. Secondly, to this regard, numerous soft skill workshops and CV building workshops and lectures and seminars by seniors have been conducted regarding this.
Excellent, Ketan. I have a follow-up on this.
Ketan, coming to your awareness about the working and the efficiency of the student placement team, IIT Kharagpur for the past 2 years has been scoring the highest number of offered jobs, both in terms of all the IITs. Can you give me one area of concern which still IIT Kharagpur is facing?
Sir, one of the major concerns that we face is the placements of the research scholars and postgraduates, and I have a proposal to address the same issue.
Okay, good. Ketan, since you mentioned that you have the sufficient fund about the placement committee, I want to follow there. Please go ahead. Since you mentioned that you have the sufficient fund of the placement committee, can you tell me what were the initiatives? Mention me exactly what were the initiatives that were taken in the corporate relations department this year by the career development center?
Sir, the corporate relations cell of the career development center is to mainly... Sir, there is a fine line between a cell, it's just semantics. Sir, firstly, the corporate relations is concerned with handing over projects from the industries to the professors, as well as for training the professors in various industries.
This is not answer my question. What were the initiatives taken this year? My question is, what were the initiatives?
Ketan, can you tell me, do you have any idea on how to ensure that there is proper attendance in the PPTs of the companies?
So a few initiatives have already been taken regarding the same. As far as the attendance of PPTs is concerned, we could implement the system of IIT Bombay, wherein whenever a student attends a PPT, a random number is generated and an alphanumeric code is generated and is handed over to the student, wherein he goes back to his room, logs into his ERP and enters it, and his attendance is given.
Follow up on this, Ketan. Are you aware that the ex-placement committee has already tried this, and because the students come at a random time and even sometimes late, it is impossible for the team of 11 students to hand over the kit and then maintain the ERP while coordinating with the companies also. Do you know that?
So the ex-placement team, I'm sure that the ex-placement team faced many issues regarding this, but they have given the advice to the current placement team, and the current placement team has done a wonderful job regarding that.
For elections, you need to be attached to one of the halls of residences. While the people in the bachelor flats, who are the students of the campus, who were attached to one of the halls of residences earlier, cannot vote directly. They have to seek prior permission from the President Technology Students Gymkhana. Is it unjust on our part to not give them right directly?
So it is unjust on our part to not give them the right directly, and if elected as the Vice President of the Technology Students Gymkhana, I would make sure to address this concern.
Ketan,
Yeah, there's a big problem with the fake CVs right now, right? So there was a mistake taken last year for the placement committee. Can you tell me what steps were taken for that and what you can improve on this situation?
Sir, could you please repeat the question?
There were some initiatives taken for CV review last year by the placement committee. Can you tell me what were the steps taken for the fake CVs and how you can improve on those situations if you are elected as the Vice President?
Sir, CV verification process has been introduced into the ERP this year, wherein random CV verification will take place.
Ketan, can you tell me the...
Excellent, Ketan. My question is very simple. Since next year...
Ketan, can you tell me the advantages of having an integrated portal for career development center inside the ERP?
Sir, currently in the integration with the ERP, there are 4 stakeholders, namely the CDC, the students, the company, and the... Sir, and as far as that is concerned, integrating the CDC into the ERP has given the company flexibility to check the CVs. Moreover, it has bought all the various processes such as uploading the CV, checking the company, checking the dates of the interviews, and checking the various slots that have been allotted to them for the student, making it easier for them to look at every information that they need in one roof.
Okay, Ketan, I have a question for you. Give me IIT Kharagpur standings at the Inter-IT sports meet for both men and women from 2011 to 2014.
Ma'am, the current Inter-IT standings for men's this year was 3rd, and for women's it was 5th. Moreover, as a Vice President, I don't believe I have to be involved in micromanaging each and every event that comes under my purview.
Okay, Ketan, I have a follow-up question. Ketan, 1 second, I have a follow-up question. I'll tell you what the standings were. For Inter-IT women, it was 2nd in 2011.
Questions, no answers.
Yeah, no, 1 second. It was 2nd in 2011 and it's 5th right now. While for men, it was 6th in 2011 and it's 3rd right now. I'm sure you must have met all the Inter-IT captains. So can you tell me what is the reason for the decline in Inter-IT women's performance and the upside in Inter-IT men's performance?
One last question after this.
Ma'am, various permanent coaches have been introduced in the mainstream, which is responsible for improving their performance. But to correct the performance of the women's team, we have incorporated a lady sports officer in charge, Ms. Priyanka Kumari, into the Technology Students Gymkhana.
If elected as a Vice President, you will have to interact with lot of
Ketan, what is the role of Vice President in Spring Fest and Kshitij?
Sir, the Vice President is the supervisory authority of both the Fest, Spring Fest and Kshitij. He, along with the steering committee members, shall report to the chairman and co-chairman from time to time, and he is also one of the signatory authorities in both the Fests, and he is also in charge of Fest security.
Okay, I have a follow-up. Considering the fest have been asked to curtail the scale of individual fest, so while on the other hand, the other IITs have been holding fest for 5 days, say IIT Madras, what is your stand on it? How do you cater to this problem?
Sir, my stand on this is that it is very unfair for the students because they are the ones who are involved in handling the fest, and it is because of their own enthusiasm and zeal that Spring Fest and Kshitij are such a grand success every year. If elected as the Vice President of the Technology Students Gymkhana, I would definitely look into this problem and try and address the same. Technology Students Gymkhana, the general audience present here today in the SOAPBOX, as well as the esteemed panelist members for giving me the chance to convey my beliefs, my hopes and my confidence that I would be able to serve as the Vice President of the Technology Students Gymkhana. Thank you. Proposals. Proposal 1. Maintenance Monitoring Committee. I propose to introduce a Maintenance Monitoring Committee which aims to assist in rigorous inspection and maintenance of the campus and halls in general. Also to start an online complaint portal where students can put up their complaints regarding any maintenance issues faced by them. Proposal 2. A 4-point agenda. In sync with the Career Development Center, I would like to propose a 4-point agenda to improve the placements and internship scenario of IIT Kharagpur, including students from undergraduates, postgraduates and research scholars. Proposal 3. An online portal for monitoring transparency. Proposal to introduce an online portal displaying the budget of different facets which come under the umbrella of the Technology Students Gymkhana and a post of student auditor to ensure transparency in the monetary matters. Proposal 4. Emergency hotline number. Proposal to start a single hotline number, short, simple and easy to remember, which will be made available to the students as well as faculty and administrative staffs of this institute for round-the-clock emergency help and support. Proposal 5. Proposal 5. Conference Advisory Board. Proposal to set up an advisory board on conferences which will encourage students to participate in international conferences on a regular basis. It will make the students aware of the opportunities on conferences available abroad. Proposal 1. I propose to introduce a Maintenance Monitoring Committee which aims to assist in the rigorous inspection and maintenance of all the halls of residence and will also look after the general hygiene and cleanliness of the campus. For instance, regular cleaning of the 3 water bodies in the campus, waste management in the campus and so on. This committee aims to highlight the problems regarding various maintenance issues, namely infrastructural and cleanliness issues, and also take into consideration the problems faced by individual students. I also propose to start an online complaint portal where students can put up their complaints regarding any prevalent maintenance issues. Need. There is no feedback system to counter-check whether the complaints of the students regarding general maintenance are addressed. The existing complaints portal is only accessible to the employees and professors of the institute. The student body cannot file complaints of any sort through that portal. Operations and duties. Weekly inspection of every hall of residence to ensure cleanliness and resolve maintenance issues. Surprise raids by Maintenance Monitoring Committee to ensure quality check in the campus. An online complaint portal where students can put up maintenance issues. Monthly report will be submitted by the committee to the HMC chairman and coordinating warden maintenance. Advantages. Regular and on-time maintenance inside the campus, improvement in general hygiene and cleanliness of the campus, a common and easily accessible platform for complaints regarding a wide range of issues, leading to simpler and less time-consuming solutions. Thank you.
Ketan, can you tell me, or anything to know the importance of this aspect of
So could you please repeat the question?
Can you tell me, do you have any survey details from the students where you can show that this hygiene aspect is being considered important by the students?
Sir, I've contacted many students within the campus, and as far as they are concerned, the cleanliness and hygiene of the campus is one of the prime factors that is affecting them.
Ketan, I have a follow-up question. Can you quantify the number of students you have contacted and the survey responses?
Sir, given that the number of students within this campus is over 10,000, I believe that I'm speaking for all the 10,000 students over
We
here.
contacted 10,000 students and they said that they require an online maintenance portal. Because you did not contact me regarding this, and I think there are a number of panelists you did not contact. At least speak the truth on this podium. You can say the number whatever you want, but just don't say a lie.
I'm not lying when I said that I've contacted students, but they are voicing the voices of their friends and the problems of all the friends that they have.
I'll just repeat once again. That means you're saying you contacted more than 10,000 students.
I haven't contacted more than 10,000 students, and I'm sorry if you felt the same, but I've contacted many students regarding this.
Ketan, can you name the where these water bodies that you have mentioned are existing in the campus?
Sir, the Gymkhana Lake, the pond which is behind Awaaz Hall of Residence, and the pond which is near the Premas Arcade.
Okay, Ketan, I have a question for you. Are you aware of any web-based portals which are currently operative in
Ketan, who is taking care of the maintenance of the Gymkhana Lake?
Sir, currently the maintenance of the Gymkhana Lake lies with the staff of the Gymkhana.
Okay. Ketan, my question for you. My question for you is: Are you already aware of any web-based portals that are currently operative in the institute, especially for freshers?
Yes, ma'am, I'm aware of the same. And in point number 2 of the need for proposal, I've clearly mentioned the existing complaints portal is only accessible to the employees and professors of the institute. The student body cannot file complaints of any sort through that portal.
I'm not talking about a complaint portal. I'm talking about a portal being run by the student welfare group. Are you aware of it? Because when you propose this as the first proposal, you should have at least done research on the currently existing portal. That is the least expected out of you.
Ma'am, I am aware of the fact that Student Welfare Group runs such an online complaint portal, but I will be able to involve and collaborate with them and make sure that this portal of mine collaborates with it. And
So why haven't you mentioned it in your proposal that you'll be collaborating with them? Have you considered developing it? Have you considered improving it rather than starting a new portal for yourself?
I'm considering both developing and improving.
And you can take this as a suggestion. Ketan, just tell me, I mean, in
But
each
my
and every
question hasn't been answered, I feel.
Dhatri, you have had your turn.
Ketan, every halls of residence have one general secretary maintenance. So why do you think that you need this online portal? Because all the general secretary maintenance, as far as I know, are doing their job very efficiently. So why do you think you need this online portal separately?
Sir, I know that the current General Secretary maintenance of the various halls of residence are doing their job efficiently, but having this online portal would ensure a feedback system to make sure that whatever proposals are submitted in the HMC, the status of that particular problem.
That means you're trying to keep a check on the general secretary maintenance of different halls of residences. Is it that
So
true?
I'm giving them a handle to check the status of their proposal with the HMC and not a check on the General Secretary maintenance of various halls of residence.
Ketan,
I have a follow-up question on this. Suppose there's a problem with my fan in my room. So what is the procedure in your proposal? What should I do after implementing your proposal?
Sir, the current procedure would be you would have to go to the electrical section near the Lal Bahadur Shastri Hall of Residence. That would involve a lot of legwork. If you just mention your problem in the online complaint portal, the complaint would immediately be forwarded directly to the Lal Bahadur Shastri Hall of Residence. The electrical section near the Lal Bahadur Shastri Hall of Residence.
I would like to correct you, Ketan. I have a follow-up on this. I would like to correct you that the current procedure is not to go to electrical section, rather than to just go to security section, write your room number and the time where you want this worker to come, and those workers will come. I have corrected my plan more than 10 times, and all the time workers have been present in my room.
Sir,
You can ask as many questions you want. You don't need to answer them.
Sir, in either of the cases, you would have to do a certain amount of legwork. Using this online complaint portal, you can just file your complaint on the website while sitting at your room.
Do you have a maintenance register in the mess of your Nehru Hall of Residence?
So we do.
So why do you need to go to the specific section when you can lodge a complaint in the mess of your Hall of Residence?
Sir, that's what Mr. Nimish just said. And in either of the cases, I believe that by just logging onto this complaint portal, you would be solving your issue of the legwork.
Ketan, by writing in the register, can you check the status of the problem? By writing in the register, can you check the status of the problem?
No, sir. And this online complaint portal has an inbuilt feedback mechanism which would give you the status of the problem.
Ketan, I have a follow-up. In the current scenario, if your problem is not addressed, is there any mechanism that to check? I mean, or what do you take on that?
Sir, currently there is no feedback mechanism. That is what sets this proposal apart from the current system that is existing.
Ketan, have you considered?
Have you met anyone?
Pradeep, can I speak?
Yes, sir. The officials that have been contacted for the groundwork have been clearly mentioned in the proposal section. Mr. Uttam Prasad, Junior Engineer, Electrical Section. Mr. Hasda H. Mr. Srinu, Mr. Dilip Kumar of the Sanitary Section. Mr. Devnath, Mr. J.K. Bose of Water and Maintenance Section. Mr. Sumitra Karmakar, Ms. Shantanu Mehti of the Civil Works Section.
Ketan, I just want to thank you.
Making this an online portal will give you access to data and probably allow you to build a database management of where the problems are happening at what frequency. Is that a part of your proposal?
Sir, that is exactly the function of the Maintenance Monitoring Committee, as to highlight the reasons for the problems rather than getting them stuck in the HMC's administration.
Ketan, I just want to ask a question. Have you tried to address the problem of multiple complaints? Because it's quite possible, for example, if a toilet of a particular wing is spoiled up, then a number of people living in that wing may complain. So they can have 10 to 12 complaints at the same time of the same problem. So how do you deal with that, the multiple complaint system?
Sir, the multiple complaints, like for the instance that you mentioned, the bathroom's exact location within the hall of residence would be mentioned into the online complaint. And hence this would solve the problems of multiple complaints.
Have you thought of doing Follow-up question. Have you thought of removing the multiple complaints, because otherwise it will create a problem for the staff of electrical section and the sanitary section? Have you thought of it, or you can think again? It's not a problem. But have you thought of it?
Sir, I thank you for giving me this suggestion. I haven't thought of it, but definitely I would be incorporating it into my proposal.
Ketan, don't you think there is a handle for the members of the maintenance monitoring committee to take care of all this? Isn't there any handle for them?
Yes, sir. There would be a handle for them in the online complaint portal, wherein they would be able to see the status of their proposal.
Ketan, do you think there's a lot of
current process also to check the status? You can go to the security when you are crossing your hall, call the address section and they'll tell you what is the status.
The main point of this proposal is to avoid all that legwork.
Okay.
You can check the status of your proposal of your issue that you're facing in your
Ketan, don't you think that instead of having this...
hold on.
So Ketan, don't you think that instead of having this maintenance monitoring committee, we can have a general secretary maintenance of Gymkhana, and he, along with the general secretary's maintenance of all of the halls of residence, they can take care of this situation completely and avoid all of this legwork that you have been saying that the students need to avoid.
Sir, the maintenance monitoring committee, as has been mentioned in the operations and duties, would also be conducting a weekly inspection of every halls of residence.
My question
Sir,
is
for
that...
that, sir, please let me finish my answer. Please let me
I'll
finish my
repeat the
answer.
question and then you can answer.
Sir, please let me finish my answer. I have a question. The maintenance monitoring committee is necessary because having a single general secretary maintenance for the entire Students Gymkhana would be a very big task for that particular person.
Okay. Ketan, are you sure about the technical abilities of the staff of different sections? Are you aware of the technical abilities of the different sections, the staff of the different sections, and how would they be able to handle such portals?
So could you please be more specific as to what you mean by technical skills?
They would be operating a portal themselves. So are they able to operate technical portals right now? Will they be able to operate that, or will IIT Kharagpur be recruiting new staff?
Sir, the portal will be operated by the students. The staff would similarly be would only be receiving the complaints and addressing them.
Ketan, don't you
Ketan,
think the
I'll just
portal
check with my general secretary maintenance.
already exists for the staff and the faculty, and your initiative, I think, is only for the students.
Yes, sir. The current portal exists only for the staff, and this proposal is for the students.
So, do you think any other technical expertise need to be brought in the staff?
No, sir. It is not needed.
Ketan, I am checking with my general secretary maintenance. Right now, I am checking with my general secretary maintenance. He says there is already a portal for maintenance purpose, in which we can file the complaint from the hall of residences that takes care of both electrical, sanitary, and maintenance and other issues.
Sir, I would like to correct you on the same. Sir, I would like to correct you on the same. You can recheck with your general secretary maintenance of your hall of residence. There is currently no portal for electrical section. It is different for the professors, and there is no such integration exists for the students. So I want you to please recheck your facts before framing them into a statement of purpose.
You just now appreciated the ex-vice president, Technology Students Gymkhana, that you will be incorporating multiple complaints. You would be incorporating a feature such that multiple complaints are not lodged. And you just now answered that you won't be having a handle for technicals for the staff. Are you trying to contradict your answers?
Sir, I'm not trying to contradict my answers. The General Secretary Maintenance will be having the handle over this, and he would be able to file out the problem of multiple complaints as they are hall specific.
Ketan, I just have a simple query. For example, I am the one who is handling that portal.
Ketan, an online complaint portal. After Shaki. Ketan, an online complaint portal was also proposed by the vice presidential candidate last year and the year before that. So why do you think that we don't have a functioning online complaint portal? And what will you do to ensure that this year, finally, if elected, you will get it functioning?
Sir, the main purpose of this complaint portal is to transfer the handle to the students. And thence, as the vice presidential candidate, I would ensure that if elected, I would be doing the same.
Ketan, I'll just have a follow-up. As you mentioned just previously to one of the panelists' answers, that only for the electrical section online portal does not exist, correct? For other maintenance services an online portal exists. So that means your whole proposal is just for the catering of electrical section and just to reduce their legwork?
Sir, the current online portal does not have a feedback mechanism. By having this particular portal, a student would be able to check the status of his complaint with regards to the HMC.
That means a proposal just to follow. That means a proposal just for the feedback mechanism, right?
Apur, you're done with the follow-up. Abhishek.
just to understand the proposal better, so there was a question on multiple complaints. Don't you think if I am the one handling the portal, I can see the name of the hall, the time of the complaint, and the location of the problem, and find out if they are coming from the same source and hence a multiple complaint, and remove the duplicates?
Yes, sir. That is exactly where the handle for this multiple complaint system would lie with the General Secretary Maintenance of the hall.
I have a follow-up on this.
Thank you, Ketan.
Let me answer. I have a follow-up on this. Suppose. I have a follow-up on this.
Please let the panel member answer the question.
I have a follow-up on this, Ketan. Suppose in my bathroom wing, there are 3 bathrooms that are damaged, and I just complain of bathroom. There's no number, right? There's no number. Bathroom 1, bathroom 2, bathroom 3. I can only complain that the bathroom of C wing, A block, something block is damaged, right? So if I have those 3 complaints, will you check if it's a multiple complaint or it's a different complaint? How do you check that? You have to visit 3 times, right?
When the person
That
comes
was
to
the last question.
Sir, when the concerned person comes to repair the particular bathroom, obviously he would be able to see that there are 3 broken bathrooms, and he would repair all of them rather than just repairing one bathroom and doing all this work. In sync to the Career Development Center, I would like to propose a 4-point agenda to improve the placements and internship scenario of IIT Kharagpur, including the students from undergraduate, postgraduate, and research scholar groups. Number 1. Department-wise soft skills training workshop, specially aimed at the students of the department sitting for placements. Communique IIT Kharagpur is doing a noble job in conducting soft skills workshop for the placement batches every year. But due to the sheer number of students, personalized guidance and one-to-one interaction is not possible. To overcome this problem and to make this initiative more targeted and beneficial to the students, I propose to conduct department-specific soft skills workshops for the students. These workshops will be conducted by organizations coming from Kolkata who have prior experience in conducting workshops of such type. These workshops will include department-specific skills required by the students sitting for the placements. For instance, a computer science student may not be benefited through mock GDPI as much as he will be benefited if a workshop is conducted, giving him an insight into different types of coding related problems, ways to tackle it, and how to provide a solution in an efficient manner. Similarly, students belonging to departments like humanities and social sciences, as well as students thinking of making a career in non-core sectors, will be better prepared if they get professional guidance on case studies, types of interviews, guesstimation, and puzzle solving. On a whole, all the students, including both undergraduates and postgraduates, will be benefited through mock and feedback-based GDs and PIs, getting an idea about the importance of body language, sitting postures, social graces, and etiquettes. This workshop will be conducted over a weekend before the mid-semester examinations in the autumn semester. The department representatives of the concerned departments will be responsible to organize this workshop and collect the required funds either from the department society or through contribution from the students. In case students of other department feel like attending the session of any other department, they should contact the department representative of the concerned department responsible for organizing the session. Number 2. Conducting profile-specific interview online seminar for the students sitting for internships and placements via a YouTube channel. It's been noticed that students sitting for placements and internships are not completely aware as to how they should prepare for the interviews of different companies and the different profiles companies have to offer. To overcome these shortcomings, I propose to introduce a YouTube channel. This channel will be mentored by the esteemed alumni currently working in those companies, comprising of video lectures and live sessions. Hence, it will provide a stage for students to watch the profile-specific interviews of the alumni and prepare accordingly. These videos will be shared by link and will be only accessible to the IIT Kharagpur student community. Number 3. To conduct resume building workshops in various departments. I propose to conduct a workshop for resume building in all departments. The workshop is open to all the students of the department and compulsory to the students who have registered for the internships. This workshop will be conducted by the senior students of the department. Number 4. Career-oriented seminars specifically for the second-year undergraduate students. The second-year students just coming into the department have tremendous potential and zeal to excel in any field. All they lack is proper guidance and motivation. They must be given an idea about various career opportunities after attaining the degree from the department. These seminars will be conducted by the pre-final/final year students of the concerned department. This will give the second-year students an opportunity to interact with the department seniors who, having done internships and thought about their career prospects, will be in a better position to guide and motivate them.
Ketan, my question for you is, currently the department general secretaries, vice presidents, they do all of this. What is your role in it?
So, my role in this would be to make sure that the activities are coordinated smoothly by bringing them under one umbrella body.
Ketan,
conducting co-physical workshop for all the final year students. Then how your proposal is different from CDC work, which is done by CDC right now? Your first point.
Sir, currently the CDC caters to all the student community of the campus. By having department-specific programs, we would be able to substructure these workshops and hence be able to reach out to a wider number of students.
Ketan, do you have the backing of any alumni or career development center student representatives for your proposal?
Yes, sir. At the end of this particular proposal, I have attached various mails which I have received from the alumni of Deutsche Bank and the alumni from various other companies. Plus, I believe I have done the groundwork.
Like, except Deutsche Bank, like?
Sir, you can read the...
I read,
For the general
carefully.
Ketan, I have a follow-up question. I have a follow-up question. Are you aware that since the last 2 years, there is an organization in the campus which has introduced alumni e-guest lectures on the similar lines of what you have proposed?
Ma'am, I believe I am aware of the same, but this particular thing would bring everything under one umbrella body, and if needed, I would be able to work with them and making sure that this proposal conduct goes on smoothly. And I thank you for your suggestion.
Okay, one question. You have mentioned communique in your first point, that communique runs such a program, but you have not mentioned that Students Alumni Cell already runs this program. Why so? Why this discrimination?
Ma'am, I just used communique as an example. There was no kind of discrimination implemented.
Ketan, just looking at your
Ketan, can you for the benefit of the audience elaborate how this YouTube channel, which is accessible only to students of IIT Kharagpur, be different from any other webinar which has been ever conducted in the institute?
Sir, this will be specific to the students of IIT Kharagpur, and the webinars that we will be having will be profile specific. Thus, this would cater to the students of the institute who are preparing for a particular profile.
Ketan, coming back to your groundwork.
Ketan, are you aware of the intern?
Coming back to your groundwork thing, that you've received a mail from Mr. Harsh Kumar, who is Assistant Vice President of Deutsche Bank Group. Generally, it's a very good proposal, but I'm just looking at the mail. It has come from a Gmail ID. As far as I know, anyone who's working in Deutsche Bank Group has an email ID at db.com. So, do you think it is an authentic, a mail coming from gmail.com? Seeing the capacity of the students of IIT Kharagpur, everyone knows Photoshop. So, what is the authenticity of this?
Sir, I will be sending you the original mail after the statement of purpose.
Ketan, one more follow-up on this. Your proposal is in sync with the career development center. Let him speak. Ketan, your proposal is in the sync with the career development center. Can you tell me, have you met Professor Sudhir Kumar Barai and discussed your proposal with him? Because I think he should be the first person who should know about this proposal.
Sir, I have approached Professor Sudhir Kumar Barai regarding the same, but he refused to grant me an interview as I have been a vice presidential candidate. And that is a fact which you can be concerning with him.
Ketan, can you tell me, is it under your purview or ambit to know which ID Mr. Harsh Kumar will use to respond while referring to an email from his own Hall of Resident or from any student of IIT Kharagpur? Does it come under your ambit? Which email ID is going to use?
No, sir. This particular senior alumni, being such a senior position holder, I believe it does not come under my ambit.
You have to mail him and get the reply. So it depends on you where you mail.
You had a question, right?
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So, Ketan, I suppose you're already aware with the Internpedia and TNpedia being managed by Scholars Avenue, and I think they're doing a good job. Have you consulted with the students of IIT Kharagpur if they require another YouTube channel which will be run directly by the Vice President apart from Internpedia and TNpedia?
Ma'am, currently the Internpedia and the TNpedia are doing a wonderful job, but there is always a lack of problem because we aren't able to reach out to as many alumni.
Can you mention some of those problems which you faced?
Sir, ma'am, one of the problems that we faced was the outgoing batch is very reluctant in sending the replies back to the Scholars Avenue. Hence, this particular proposal, being under the ambit of the Vice President of the Technology Students Gymkhana, adds more weight to the fact that we are actually working for the betterment of the students of IIT Kharagpur.
Okay, Ketan, how do you plan to disseminate information regarding your resume building workshops, or will it be a failure like one of your previous CV building workshops?
Sir, as far as my previous CV building workshop was concerned, it was targeted for the first years, and since you are not a first year, you weren't invited. Secondly, as far as the information dissemination is concerned, we have the Technology Students Gymkhana's Facebook page, we have the Scholars Avenue, and we have Awaaz, which I believe are able to reach out to the students of the institute effectively.
Ketan, thanks for being so rude to the panelists. Let me tell you, you mentioned that the outgoing batch is reluctant to reply to the Scholars Avenue. I'll clarify your fact. The outgoing batch and one-year alumnus has sent their replies to the TNP when the survey was conducted regarding the corporate relations cell, which you are not aware of.
Sir, that is exactly my point. That is exactly my point. The alumni are more willing to forward their mails to the CDC because it has the backing of the institute. And by the virtue of being the vice president of the Technology Students Gymkhana, I would have the necessary gravity to make sure that the alumni respond to our request.
So you mean that Scholars Avenue does not have the backing of the institute?
Ketan, suppose you call them like...
Ketan,
Suppose you
I have
call
a question
them
for you.
like...
Ketan, this year CDC conducted tests that were department specific and the other one was general. For the department specific, it was optional for the students to appear for the test. Can you please tell me the percentage of students that appeared in the department test? Are the students actually willing to appear for department soft skills workshop?
Sir, as I mentioned in my proposal, the attendance for the CV building workshops for the students sitting for internships is compulsory.
Yeah, please listen to the question carefully. The question is that the test was conducted at for department specific tests were conducted in the employability test. Do you know the percentages of people that participated and the percentages of people that cleared? Because this should act as a perimeter for deciding if people are really interested in your workshops at department level.
Ketan, is such data available on the public forum?
Sir, such a data is not available on the public forum.
Ketan, I have a question. Suppose if you call an alumni for workshop at IIT Kharagpur, but there are various students who are busy at that point of time, so they could not attend the workshop. So do you have anything in your proposal that can be beneficial for them?
So the entire point of the YouTube channel is to make sure that the students can look at the interactive sessions, look at the sessions, personal interview sessions at their convenience.
Ketan, I have a question. So the students sitting for placement are generally the second year PG students, the reserve scholar students in the final year, or the final year undergraduate students. Why do we have a career-oriented seminar specifically for the second year UG students or the PG students in their first year?
Sir, could you please repeat the question?
So I am saying, why do we have career-oriented seminars for the second year students, UG students, when they are not sitting for placements in that year?
Sir, that is to better prepare them for the internships that will be facing in their third year.
Okay, Ketan, did you conduct a survey amongst the students? Are they actually willing to attend these workshops?
Sir, I believe that as every student is interested in getting placed to the best of his ability, he would be willing to attend this workshop.
Yeah, follow up on this, Ketan. A simple question. Ketan, you plan to call alumni. You've got the emails also from alumni for this workshop. Do you know that the entrepreneurship cell, the students alumni cell, is already cursing a lot of amount of guest lectures in this institute where the attendance is already poor? How do you plan to invite more alumni for the guest lectures and CV building workshops and the attendance is also always poor?
Sir, we won't be having guest lectures in the campus. We will be having YouTube channels for which the alumni can send the video at his own convenience. As far as the CV building workshops are considered, it will be conducted by the seniors and the placed students and not by the alumni.
Let me correct your facts. The students alumni cell is already having an e-guest lecture series where they've uploaded numerous videos by alumni who are giving funda about career rotation to the institute. Okay?
Nimesh, let the candidate answer. Let's not answer from the panel. Next question.
So, Ketan, you mentioned a nominal fee in order to attend the workshops, right? Why haven't you provided any groundwork on the same?
Ma'am, could you please be more specific as to what kind of groundwork I would have had to provide?
So mention how nominal the fee is going to be. Give us an approximate range.
Ma'am, the price for the pre-assessment test conducted during this year was around rupees 20 lakhs. Since that is a huge amount, I believe that taking a nominal fee from the students would...
How nominal is it going to be? Give us a range of the amount each student has to pay.
It will be to the tune of rupees 5,000.
Follow up on this. The price for conducting the employability test was not paid by student, it was paid by the institute. And your workshop student will have to pay the nominal fees, right?
And Ketan, 5,000 is not a nominal amount.
And from where did you get this 5,000 figure?
Sir, this was based on the data that have already been...
Where is the data?
Where is the data, Ketan?
Sir, this was based on the answers that I have been taking from the various placement committee members.
Give me the analysis. Give me the analysis right now.
I'll be sending you the same data after this
Do you have the analysis right now or not, Ketan?
Nimesh, fresh question.
Listen.
No further follow-up.
Okay, just a fresh question on the same topic. Do we have any groundwork on the price that students have to pay? Yes or no?
Not a fresh question.
I'm just asking it. Do we have any amount any groundwork on this thing that how much the students have to pay? Yes or no? We can move to the next
Ketan
question.
is 5,000
Sir, the
for
price
whole
has been
department
decided
or
by
for the single student?
contacting the placement committee members and the ex-placement committee members.
Ketan is 5,000 for the whole department or for single student?
Ketan, are
It
you
will be
trying
rupees
to
5,000 for the
say?
entire department.
Ketan, are you trying to say that the placement have done some groundwork on it? Why have they
Ketan, a fresh question, absolutely fresh question. Absolutely fresh question to you. Your proposal states to conduct a resume building workshop in various departments. Please read it. Please read it. The third point says to conduct resume building workshops in various departments. And the first benefit states it will enhance the ability of students to communicate effectively. How does the resume building workshop enhance the ability to communicate effectively?
Sir, the benefits that have been mentioned are for all the 3 points and not just with the point specific to the resume building workshop.